Hi everyone, welcome to this briefing session for nominating for the RICS Southeast Asia Awards 2025. I think there's still a few people just joining, so we'll just give them one moment just to come in before I kick off the presentation. Alrighty then, let's get started. So my name is Liz Gemmell. I'm the RICS Events Manager for APAC and am part of the team working on the 2025 Southeast Asia Awards. The purpose of today's session is to provide you all with some additional information on how to submit your nominations. I'll be taking you through the details of this year's awards program and a short demonstration of the submission platform. There will be an opportunity to ask any questions you may have at the end of the presentation. You can ask questions by typing in the Q&A box, which you can locate at the top of your navigation bar. So just before I jump into the presentation, I would like to remind everyone that this session is being recorded, including any questions asked, and will be made available on the RICS Awards webpage in the coming days. So the purpose of the awards is to showcase the excellence of the teams and individuals within the built environment and promote the positive impact that their work has. So moving on to the categories and criteria. There are 7 team award categories. These are very much in line with the 2024 team categories, so should look familiar to you if you submitted last year. We have the Agency Team of the Year, Facilities Management Team of the Year, Project Management and Building Consultancy Team of the Year, Property Management Team of the Year, Quantity Surveying Team of the Year, Research Team of the Year, and Valuation Team of the Year. For all of these team categories will be judged on a consistent weighting of the 5 criteria elements, including professionalism, outcome and achievement, teamwork and collaboration, thought innovation, and sustainability. There is one new category this year, the Project of the Year. So this award recognises completed projects that demonstrate outstanding achievement and successful outcomes. This achievement and outcomes could be as a result of a range of professional roles, including feasibility, investment, planning, measurement, design, cost, project delivery, compliance, sustainability, and/or refurbishment. So the project awards criteria will also be judged on a consistent weighting of the 5 criteria elements. There are 2 special category awards this year. The first is the Environmental Impact Award. This category recognises teams involved in projects where innovation, design, or construction techniques have been utilised to address environmental challenges and improve sustainability. This will be judged on a criteria weighting that puts more emphasis on the sustainability element. So when you come to the time of actually submitting for this category, you'll want to put in more information for this section to make it really clear for the judges. The second is the PropTech Innovation of the Year Award. So this award will recognise innovative technologies that create efficiency and value in process of buying, selling, leasing, marketing, operation management and finance in various space assets, including but not limited to internet digitization, AI, IoT, 5G, VR, blockchain and other applications in the real estate industry. This will be judged on a criteria weighting that puts more emphasis on the thought innovation element. So again, you'll want to put more information into that section when you come to your submission. There are 5 individual awards for 2025. Again, these are very much in line with the 2024 categories, so hopefully they do still look familiar. The Emerging Achiever category is not just for young professionals, but anyone who has recently entered the profession, so including mature age students. The nominee must have less than 15 years professional experience working in the built and/or natural environments to be eligible. For our Lifetime Achievement Award, we don't accept formal submissions for this category because of the prestige of it. But if you would like to put forward a suggestion for a worthy recipient for the award, please send their CV and some commentary on why they are deserving to awards@rics.org for us to pass through for consideration. The weightings for individual award categories are also an even split across professionalism, teamwork, collaboration, outcome and achievement, thought, innovation, and sustainability. Okay, so onto the entry rules. Please do familiarise yourself with the entry rules listed on the website. You can find all the information there, but just a few things to note would be that the projects and the key team members or individual need to be located in the Southeast Asia region to be eligible for the Southeast Asia Awards, and that's the geographic region. The projects referenced in the nomination don't need to be completed in 2024, but they do need to have been worked on in 2024, and this is to allow for multi-year projects. A company may submit a maximum of 2 nominations within the same category, which is including joint nominations, and each nomination must be for a separate team and project. And as we mentioned on the slide earlier, the Emerging Achiever of the Year must have less than 15 years professional experience working in the built and/or natural environments to be eligible. You will need to provide the nominee's CV as part of their submission, including references, so that we can verify eligibility. But that's the only award that will need to provide a CV. Okay, so preparing your nomination. When you're getting ready to submit your nomination, you must include the region and the category you're submitting for. And again, when we talk about region, we mean the geographical region specific to the RICS award. So in the case for all of you, that should be Southeast Asia. And I'll note there is a South Asia, they're different. So when you're putting in your nomination, just be sure to select the correct one. You will also need the contact details for yourself as the nominator and the contact details of the nominee, which is the person or the team you're nominating. It is fine to nominate yourself, but if you are nominating someone else, you'll need to include both details and you will need to let them know that we may be in touch. You'll also then need to complete the text responses for the online form. So there's an introduction with a maximum of 500 words. This should cover who the nominee is, what the project was, and why they are deserving to win the award. So basically how they've shown excellence. There will then be the 5 response sections for the 5 judging criteria. This is where you want to demonstrate how the nominee has met the criteria by using examples from the projects. Finally, you'll also need a 100-word summary of the nomination for marketing use. This will be publicly available, so no confidential information should be included here. And really what we're looking for this is who the nominee is, what their project was, and why they're great. It'll go on the website, so definitely please consider that when you're putting this text together. You'll also need the nominee's company logo for marketing use and a photo of the team or individual being nominated, also for marketing use. This could be a collage style image for big teams that aren't able to come together physically for a photo. For individual award categories, you must also include at least 1 testimonial. So this should be in PDF format and written on the letterhead of the client, organisation or individual who's writing it. A short video of the nominee, maximum 2 minutes. This video should introduce the nominee to the judges, highlighting their achievements and personality and why they should be awarded. For the Emerging Achiever, as mentioned, the nomination must be accompanied by the nominee's full CV with references to verify eligibility. So you can then also supply some optional materials in support of your nomination. These files will need to be uploaded to the awards platform during your submission as well. So you can include up to 3 testimonials. Again, these need to be uploaded in PDF format. They can either be 3 separate documents of 1 page each, or 1 combined document of 3 pages total. And again, ideally, any testimonial should be written on the letterhead of the client, organization, or individual who's writing it. You can then also include up to 5 additional photographs of the nominated team, individual, or the projects referenced in the submission, and up to 3 pieces of other appropriate supporting material. So this could include case studies, technical documentation, media coverage, video links, basically anything that's going to support the outcomes and the achievements that you're referencing in your submission. Just please be aware that each piece of additional supporting material should be no more than 4 pages, and that is to help manage our judges' time and capacity when reviewing everything. So, very important note, please be sure to label any confidential information as such within your nomination. This is so that we can be absolutely sure not to reference it publicly anywhere. Ourselves and our judging panel are very conscious of anything that is confidential and will always maintain strict confidentiality around the submissions. But please do add that note for us for anything particularly sensitive so that we can manage it appropriately. Okay, so I'm now going to give you a little platform demo. If you could just bear with me for a moment while I change screens, that would be greatly appreciated. Okie dokie. I hope you can all see that now. So on your first time visiting the platform, you will need to create an account. Once you have entered in your details, you will then be asked to verify your account before you can begin submitting. If you do have any trouble when creating your account, please just contact us at awards@rics.org and we'll be able to help you. But once if you've logged in once, you should be able to just enter in your email. And if it is your first time, you can just include your email and then click continue. That'll do that. If you already have an account but have forgotten your password, please follow this forgot password link here. Otherwise, you can log in and begin your nominations. So once started, your nominations will be connected to your account, so you'll be able to save any progress and return to it later. To begin your nomination, you'll just need to scroll to the bottom of this page and click Start Entry. This is just some helpful information above. So first thing, you'll need to select the region, and in your case, this will be Southeast Asia Awards, and then the category that you're nominating for. If you'd like to take a look before entering your information at what's included, you can download a blank entry PDF here. This is to help you prepare, but you will need to input everything in online when you come to actually submitting. So next you'll need to include the details of the submission. Please note that this organisation name and project name, both the English and Chinese if applicable, should be included as you would like it to appear on any announcements or the final trophy if successful. It's really important that this information is supplied correctly to avoid disappointment in any future announcements. So we would recommend double checking this internally before you finalise your submission, and check with your marketing team, your directors, whoever you think would be the right person to make that decision, just so that we're definitely getting it right when we come to announcing anything. So you'll put in your company as you would like to appear, If you have a specific team name you want to reference, you can include that here, and also you can include it down the bottom as well. These are all optional fields, and only these two are required. For your phone number, please make sure that it has the correct country code. Okay. And just to note, these are all your details. Oh, sorry, these are the nominee details. So not your details, but the details of the person you're nominating. Okay, then you can click Save and Next. Okay, so once you'll then need to fill in your, once you've completed the first tab, you can complete the rest in any order, but we would suggest following the tabs left to right. On this next tab, you will want to enter your own contact information as the nominator. So this is ensure that we can reach you in the event we need to clarify anything regarding your submission. So you include your information in there, and job title. And again, please just double check that all the details are correct. And then you can click Save and Next. Or if you'd like to come back to it later, you can click Save and Close. Okay, so the criteria tab is where you want to enter all of your free text responses for the criteria elements. You can see here that strict word counts are applied to these sections to maintain consistency, and they're also reflective of the weightings for that specific criteria. So, for example, the higher the word count, the higher the weighting, and this is to help guide your responses. You'll see some helpful text to the right of each section. Again, this is to assist you with completing your responses. It's not restrictive. So I'll just put in an example. Okay, and then move on through. So this next tab is where you will upload your supporting materials. And this is anything that you would like to upload in support of your nomination. You must complete this 100-word summary, and you must also upload the logo and nominee photo in this section. So for example, put in a logo and an image. For individual award categories, you must also upload at least one testimonial and the introductory photo in this section, introductory video in this section. And then for the Emerging Achiever of the Year, you'll also need to add the nominee's full CV in this section. But from there, down in this section, down the second half of the page is where you can upload any further supporting materials that you choose within the guidelines stated at the top of the page. So when loading in these supporting materials, we do ask that you name the files. This is to help the judges know what they're looking at when they're reviewing it. And also this is where you can note if anything is confidential. So for example, this would be a test document and I would say confidential. Perhaps it's a testimonial, perhaps it's something else, but it's sensitive information, so I would note it as such. You can also add links to videos if there is anything that you wanted to share there. The final tab is where you will complete your declarations so that you are eligible to enter and meet the minimum requirements as per the entry rules, and you'll confirm that the information provided is true and accurate, that you understand that RICS may contact you in relation to the awards, and that you have the consent of the nominees to share their information with us and have advised them that we'll be in touch in due course. Once you've completed all 5 tabs, you can then submit your nomination. So the system will let you know if you've missed anything essential. So for example, if I go back to this section and, this section and say I take this out and then click submit entry, it will let me know that on this tab I've missed something essential, a required field. So here I would go back, add in the information, save and next, and then you can scroll down and submit your entry. Once you have clicked submit, you'll be directed to your cart. Payment is only required for the Hong Kong and South Asia region awards, so not for Southeast Asia. So this should always show a fee of $0 when submitting any submissions for Southeast Asia awards. So you would then click process for free, and it would confirm that you have submitted your entry. Please note that you'll need to complete this process for each nomination you submit. So if you're submitting multiple nominations, you'll need to do that whole process for every single one. You can click return to my entries, and then you will see any in progress or completed nominations listed here. So you'll be able to come back, you can edit things up until the closing date. And if you are doing multiple nominations, you can also copy and duplicate your nominations to make things easier. Okay. So I'll just change my screen back. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, so our 2025 judging panel, you can see them listed on the slide. There may be another few pending confirmation, but these are who will be reviewing the submissions at this stage. I'll now take you through the detail of the 5 criteria elements. I won't read each dot point, though, as this information is all online and of course will be shared with you in these PowerPoint slides on our website after the webinar. But again, a reminder that these criteria points are not restrictive. They're there to assist you with completing your nomination, and I would encourage you to pay attention to the wording. So where it says, a demonstration of something, ideally you would include evidence of what's been achieved, how you've done that, a clear example from your project. Okay, so professionalism. This relates to how the team or individual has used their professional expertise and skills during the project. So how they've demonstrated adherence to RICS ethics and international standards would be an advantage. The professionalism criteria for each category has been listed out for the team and the individual awards, for the project awards, and for the special category awards. Teamwork collaboration relates to how the team or individual has managed the team and stakeholders. Diversity and inclusion should be referenced within this area, and you can see the definitions for these elements on the screen. The individual categories, special awards and project awards all have slightly different points from the team categories. So please pay attention to these when you are submitting your entry. Outcome and achievement relates to what the team or individual has actually achieved. So in this section, you'll want to highlight any exceeded targets or expectations, provide support for these outcomes in your client testimonials and other supporting materials, and really showcase how the nominee has showcased excellence rather than business as usual. So again, you can see the outcome and achievement criteria for each category has been listed out. Thought innovation relates to how the team or individual has used new ideas, technologies, and methods to produce superior outcomes. You'll want to showcase their creativity and adaptability in this section. So again, you can see it listed out for the team awards, the individual awards, the special category awards, and the project awards. Sustainability relates to how the team or individual has achieved positive sustainability outcomes throughout the project. This is considering both environmental, social, and health and wellbeing impacts. So for the environmental impact award category, you'll want to include substantial detail in this section, and you'll note that the word limit is increased accordingly on the platform to allow this. Okay, so we now have some time for Q&A. If you have any questions, please do send them in via the Q&A box at the top of the navigation bar. And I'll just take a look to see if we have any coming through. I'll give you all a moment to type them in.
Hi, Liz. I think some of the attendees seem to be having trouble with the Q&A function. Do we want to take the questions verbally? I see that we have someone here with his or her hand raised.
Yeah, certainly. Please go ahead and either raise your hand and we'll go through, or you can put them in via the chat. Now, I apologize if I mispronounce any names, but Abante, would you like to go first? You should have the ability to unmute. Yes.
Yeah, hi Liz. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
I'm from Abante. My name is Rohit, and I just want to confirm that this award is for Southeast Asia's countries and not for India.
Correct. So this is for specifically for the Southeast Asia market. There is a separate South Asia Awards which covers India. So you'll be able to see all that information on our website as well. Nominations are open. So you'll be able to take a look at that. And then, of course, still let us know if you have any questions.
Okay.
But perhaps separately, you can email us at awards@rics.org.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I think Shailen, you're next. Maybe just try again
Hi,
now.
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, the mute function was disabled. Just a couple of questions, if you don't mind. So, I downloaded the RICS South Asia Awards 2025 categories and criteria document from your website, and it lists out team award, individual award, and special category award. Did I hear you mention earlier in this presentation a project award?
Yes, that's correct. So it should be right at the start. I believe it's listed first before all the team awards. It's in a separate. It's technically a separate category from the team awards because it has its own criteria elements. But there is a Project of the Year award, which is new for this year.
Okay, so where can I find the categories and the criteria and information on entry for that?
It should still be in that document, but if you like, I can just double check that, and I'll put we can put a link in the chat. Dimple, would you mind just pulling up that link from the website and adding it into the chat for that document?
Yeah, sure.
Thank
That would
you.
be great. The one I'm looking at is the RICS South Asia Award 2025 categories and criteria, and it lists out, as I said, team, individual, and special, but there's nothing on project of the year. So yeah, anything you have on that would be great, please.
Sure. Did you say South Asia or Southeast Asia?
Yeah, you're right. I downloaded the wrong one. It's South
Okay,
Asia.
brilliant. No problem. Dimple will add the Southeast Asia document link in the chat so you can find the correct information there for this region.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Just a couple more questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Can I just understand what are the timeline criteria for the project? Is there a specified commencement and completion date for
No, there's
individual
no
projects?
there's no specified commencement and completion date. The parameter is that it needs to have been worked on in 2024, but not necessarily started or completed in that year. And that is to allow for multi-year projects. Obviously, though, when you're putting together your submission, if you haven't yet completed your project, you want to ensure you're including enough information to support, your outcomes and achievements that can be shown to date.
Okay, so in my case, we've got a project which is in 3 phases. They're 2 separate buildings. So phase 1 and 2 relates to the first building, and phase 3 relates to the second building. So what I'll be nominating is for the first building, phases 1 and 2. So that's good, right? That's good.
Yes, that's
in terms
fine.
of
Yep.
in terms of timeline. Okay.
No problem.
And then, sorry, last question. You said we could nominate under a couple of different categories. So from the same company, we can enter for project of the year, team of the year, and maybe individual of the year. Is that correct?
Correct. So each organisation can submit up to 2 nominations within the one category. So basically, within each category, you could submit. You could submit in every category if you had things to apply. But if you're submitting more than once within the same category, so say you want to submit 2 nominations under Project of the Year, they need to be different projects, and especially with the teams. So say you have 2 teams for Research Team of the Year, they need to be a different team and a different project in each submission. And that includes any joint submissions. So if you're doing a joint submission with another organisation, that would count as one of your submissions as well for your organisation.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very helpful. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Rachel, I can see you have your hand up. Let me just say allow. Oops, sorry. I think you should be able to unmute yourself. Is that correct?
Hi, Liz. After Rachel's question, would you like to go to the chat? There's a few questions in there as well.
Certainly will do. Thanks, Lynn.
Hi, Liz. Thank you for taking us through that. Just on the back of that last question, actually, my question is, are all submissions done based on a company as a whole, or are you able to submit as multiple individuals within a company? Let's take the Project of the Year example. Is it just limited to one submission as a company, or could multiple people in my company then also still submit for that same project as Project of the Year?
No, so it is, as an organisation, you can submit 2 nominations within the one category. So using Project of the Year as an example, your organization could submit 2 separate nominations, and that would be for different projects, and then of course different teams and individuals as associated with those. And for example, for one of the team-based awards, again, you would still only be able to submit 2 nominations within the one category. So, and by category, I mean the actual award category. So, research team of the year, project management and building consultancy team of the year. I don't mean the overall team awards or the overall individual awards brackets. I mean the specific individual categories. The organization can submit up to 2 nominations, and they do, yes, have to be those different projects and teams or individuals.
Okay, got it. So submission as a company and not individuals.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. I'll move over to the chat now. Just bear with me for one moment. So I see a question from Brandon. Anything in particular that judges will be looking for, or it'll be based on the guiding questions shown earlier? So it is based on the guiding questions. Again, they're not restrictive, but they do help. They are there to help you guide your responses, and of course help the judges guide their judging. From personal experience and hearing the judges' commentary over the years, I would stress that the judges are looking for going above and beyond. They don't want to see BAU. They want to see what's really special, what's really excellent about this project, this team, this individual. What have they done that's really above, a cut above the rest and showcasing excellence? So I would really encourage you to focus on those elements and how that person or that team or that project is different from what else is happening in the industry. And of course, the more evidence you can supply, the better. So definitely make use of your testimonials, and definitely make use of your supporting materials to back up the the evidence in your submission. And I would also stress again to pay attention to the wording. So where it says to demonstrate something, try and find a specific example of how your team or individual or project has demonstrated specifically that item. I hope that makes sense. I mean, obviously I'm not a judge, so please take it with a grain of salt and use your best judgment, but I would say that that's the commentary that I've observed over the years from the judging panels. For the individual award, we need to submit a video. Is there anything specific we need to include in the video? Nothing specific. Again, this is to really show the judges who the individual is, give them a sense of what they've achieved, of their personality, of, again, why they're excellent and deserving of this award. So nothing specific, just no longer than 2 minutes, please, because obviously our judges have quite a lot to go through.
Hi, Liz. Sorry to interrupt. Can I check if you addressed the question after Brendan's? The question is from Tai Su Ching.
Oh, apologies. I missed that one. Thank you, Lynn. If we are able to participate for the best team, property management with our selected 2, sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I quite understand that question. Tai Su, would you like to raise your hand and we can perhaps take you off mute? Oh, I found you. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit more for me.
Hi, I'm Su Ching. Yeah, just want to asking that we are wanted to participate for the best team for the property management, and we have selected for our 2 project site like Project A building A and building B. Would like to ask that in this scenario that we will need to submit the submission entry for 2 entries or only 1 entry with the sampling of the 2 projects?
Oh, great. Yes, thank you. That's a very good question. So because it's a team award and it's the same team who've worked on the 2 projects, you can include it as just 1 submission and reference both of those projects. So apologies, I missed that point earlier. So thank you very much for raising the question. In those team categories, if it's the same team working across multiple projects that you want to showcase, you can reference up to 3 projects, but no more than that.
Okay, understand. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on to Maggie. For the sorry, I've answered that question. Okay.
I think the next question might be from Cheng Peng Heng
Oh, great.
after Dimple's link.
Okay, great question. So to clarify the difference between the Project of the Year category and the Project Management and Building Consultancy Team of the Year. So essentially they're focusing on different elements. The Project of the Year is a project award. So this is specifically looking at projects as the basis of the award. Whereas the Project Management and Building Consultancy Team is a team award. So this one focuses on the team and how they have showed excellence as a group of individuals, whereas the project would focus on how the project itself is excellent. So for the project award, that would just be for the one project. And then for the team award, so Project Management and Building Consultancy Team of the Year, it would be for the one team, and they could reference up to 3 projects within the submission, but no more than 3. I hope that answers your question.
I think we have addressed all the questions in the chat. Anybody else has any questions, please feel free to raise your hands or put it in the chat. Shailene, I realized you were asking about engagement activities in Singapore. I've given you my email address in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you.
And anything about the South Asia Awards, folks, for those asking about India, if you just send either myself or an email to the awards inbox, so that's awards@rics.org, we can answer any questions there about that awards program because it is separate to this one. Oh, thanks, Dimple. She's just put the email address in the chat for anyone who needs it. Okay, well, on that note, we'll wrap it up here. So please do mark the key dates in your diary and be sure to submit in time. Nominations close on the 16th of May. The finalists will then be announced on the 1st of September, and the winners will be announced in late October at our annual dinner and award ceremony in Singapore. Further details and tickets for the dinner will be available shortly, so please check back at our website, or of course you can always reach out to us at awards@rics.org. So a very big thank you to you all for joining us. As we said, the recording and slides for this session will be made available on our website shortly. And we look forward to receiving your nominations for the 2025 Southeast Asia Awards before the deadline of 16th of May. Hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, everybody. Good luck.